And a bill in Texas would dedicate a Memorial Day to victims of communism. The Texas House recently passed it. A co-sponsor of the bill tells NTD why he believes it's crucial that Texans commemorate victims of communism. NTD's Allison Lee has the story.
So HB 1057 creates an annual Memorial Day for victims of communism. And it commemorates, or it is set on November 7th, which is the day that the Bolsheviks seized power from the Russian government and established the first ever communist regime.
In just 100 years, communism has been responsible for the deaths of at least 100 million innocent people. This is more than any other event in human history. Oליברסון tells NTD this is why we need to dedicate a day to commemorate those people. Texas State Representative Tom Oליברסון introduced House Bill 1057 earlier this year, and it passed the Texas House overwhelmingly last week. A Senate committee is currently looking at the bill.
So that we never forget the tragedy, just the unbelievable human tragedy that communism has left in its wake, and so that our children and our children's children never forget that communism makes a lot of empty promises and delivers on misery.
He says when he talks to people, we have escaped communist regimes. He always reminded of how miserable life is under communism. Oליברсון fears that young people in this country aren't aware of those atrocities. He gives forced organ harvesting in communist China as an example.
I was horrified in conversations that I've had recently to learn of the Chinese government's abuses of political prisoners by forcing them to donate organs for transplantation against their will. In fact,
researchers say these innocent, unwilling donors die painfully in the operating tables. It's a secretive and extremely lucrative venture for China's communist regime. To stop forced organ harvesting in China, Oליברсון has introduced another bill that will prohibit Texas from awarding research grants to entities that partner with Chinese hospitals in organ transplantation. Going forward, he hopes people can take a moment on November 7th to think about the atrocities of communism.
Hopefully, just like we remember the Holocaust and we remember the horrors of the Nazi regime and fascism, that we would also remember, equally so, that communism itself is an equal, if not greater, threat to innocent human life.
Oליברсון urges people who have left communist countries to speak up and share their life experiences. In 2017, then-President Donald Trump established the first National Day for victims of communism on November 7th. Since then, at least 10 states have followed suit. Florida lawmakers unanimously passed similar legislation on Wednesday. Allison Lee, NTD News.